Okay, here we are. Thank goodness.
Oh, what a what a wild ride to hear.
Right? I really admire you because I'm like, how many times you must say the things that we talk about? Like, just like how many times do you say everything is going to be okay? Like, you say it on the show, everything
Yeah.
is going to be okay. How many times do you actually say that? Probably a lot
Oh,
because these people around you, that's what they need to know is everything is going to be okay.
yeah.
Doesn't mean you're not going to go nuts and stuff, but
Yeah. Well, it's the continual badgering. It's not, I don't just go nuts. It's just, the buildup of continually. I'm like, you guys got to see, I'm starting to crack under the pressure here.
right?
Give me till
Right?
after the show. Please, could you give me till after the show? We'll talk about this after the show.
Oh, I hear your voice now. Hey,
Can we please talk about this after the show? Can you give me an answer right now? Yes, the answer is no.
right. You do a
Stay
great job.
calm, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm until finally I was like, it's all for me.
Right? Good point. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens. Everything that happens is for me. And so that was for me. It's
I'm
all
excited
for me.
about the passage today because it says, I like it like mathematic, scientific. It like puts like mathematic to me, it's mathematic at least. We'll find out. Is it actually mathematic or am I just saying mathematic that does not apply? But it tells me why it really is for me. So we may as well get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes, CWG Book 2, Chapter 113.
Woo! This is an
That's right.
audible. An audible. Susanna,
That's
you're
how,
beautiful.
that everything's going to be okay. I'm
Yes.
sure in heaven. CWG Book 12, Book 2, Chapter 113 lets me know that the soul knows in its wisdom that the experience I'm having in this moment is an experience sent to me by Goddess before I had any conscious awareness of it. This is what is meant by a pre-sent experience. It's already on the way to me even as I seek it. For even before I have asked, Goddess shall have answered me. Ever now moment is a glorious gift from the universe. That is why it is called the present. Why is it called the present?
It's a gift. That's cool.
And it's already sent to me. Like it's there. I already sent one. There's one coming now. Oh,
Yeah.
here comes another present
Yeah, right. Here's another moment.
before I've even asked.
I was
So
sitting there. Yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You got it.
I was writing this passage and I'm like, okay, this moment is a gift. And I was feeling like this would be a really great way to live life. If I could really do this where I'm in the moment and I'm really living the moment as a gift. Well, of course, there's so many moments in the day that I'm not going to string a whole day together just yet, though I could. But as many moments as I can, once again, why it's helpful to sit down and slow myself down and listen to CWG Book 2, track 113 on Audible and write it word for word because it causes me to slow my attention, slow my roll because life is busy, and I'm on doing this task and completing this and going here and doing this and talking to this person and arranging this and in the whole digits of the world. And if I slow myself down, I was really feeling, at least for a couple moments, like, oh, this does feel like a gift. And that's pretty cool that every now moment is a glorious gift from the Most High. I think that's pretty cool. And that it's
Even when I was screaming.
right? And we may as well continue because it goes on to tell us this is what I'm talking about, the math of it. It's like real mathematical to me. We'll find out. Is it mathematical? I'm doubting myself on is it mathematical, Cinnamon? Or am I just saying that because I like the word mathematical? you know?
Yeah.
So it defines it. It really lays it out nice. So we may as well continue.
I like what you're saying because that we're tying in the other calls and it helps to remember to give myself permission to take a break and enjoy the now moment because it is in fact a present that I sent to myself earlier.
Great point.
So the soul intuitively seeks the perfect circumstance and situation now needed to heal wrong thought and bring me the right experience of who I really am. It is the soul's desire to bring me back to all that is, to bring me home. I found myself recently walking through the woods crying, going, I just want to go home.
Right? Right?
Evan said, where's that? And I go, I don't know. Now I know, Mare.
Right?
It's the soul's desire to bring me home.
Yeah.
It's the soul's intention to know itself experientially and to know the maker. The soul understands me. And the soul understands that the soul and I are one.
Right.
Even as the mind denies this truth and the body acts out this denial, in moments of great decision, be out of your mind and do some soul searching. The soul understands what the mind cannot conceive.
Yes. Okay.
Have at it.
I'm so excited too, because this is so loaded. This is like not only 5-star, because I put stars in my notebook next to good points when I'm doing the passages. This is like 5-star cartoons drawn. I mean, this is so good. I have pictures. I drew a present. This part right here, which I put 5 stars by, the soul intuitively seeks the perfect circumstance and situation now needed to heal wrong thought and bring me the rightful experience of who I really am. The soul, this is my whole mathematic part I was talking about how it's proving why everything is okay and why it is all for me. The soul who knows the truth of who I am, the soul who knows that I and the physical me and the most high me are one, intuitively seeks. This makes me think of a heat-seeking missile for some reason. Intuitively seeks the perfect circumstance and situation. Now, the next part explains a lot of the things I go through. Intuitively seeks the perfect circumstance and situation to heal wrong thoughts. And thus, this is what I get out of this. And thus, in healing the wrong thought, in forgiving and letting it go, in releasing it, brings myself the rightful experience of who I really am, which is all that is, which is pure positive energy. So when I find myself in this minus moment, like in the yelling moment or whatever it may be for me in my situation, the soul intuitively brought me there so I could heal wrong thought. And when can I heal wrong thought? When the wrong thought is active. I heard it on Miracle 5 today in the gym. It said, if you've been writing pages, if you've been writing things, you might expect yourself, this is my summons, my synopsis of what it said, you're going to find yourself in some experiences and they might seem like they're the opposite of what I've been writing. Well, I'm understanding why. That's actually perfect. And if I could see that in that moment, because there's some moments it's like, oh, this is easy to see. This is for me. This is perfect. Now, blessing all moments, which is the highest creation. Cinnamon, you have like a glow. It's so beautiful. It's like you can see your angelness. So neat.
It's a reflection of you, Mare. And yeah, I get what you're saying, that it helps to remember. It helps to remember. Yeah. And if I keep saying it enough times, if I say enough times that things are working out for me, things are going my way, everything's happening perfectly, I'm sure as heaven that everything's going to be okay. I'm going to start to remember. And in that moment of me screaming and going nuts, I can remember that this is for me and this is for me to heal wrong thought. And so that I can be who I really am. My soul is getting me home. This is taking me closer to the destination. And
that the soul, like thinking of like a GPS, right? Yes. The soul is guiding me home to the pure positive. So the route it's taking is taking me through what is going to help me to get there. I really love the way this says it. And then the part before we go on here, I want to remind myself of something else about this present that I drew it. My picture reminded me. I drew a DVD here and a big board, because this is what it reminds me of, is that it's present. I mean, already on its way to me, even as I'm seeking it, because the all has, before I have asked, the all is answered. And I choose to remind myself of why that is so, because it's not so easy for me to think that I can just like pray for something and the all says yes. But if I understand the math of it, and that it's all on this big board of options, it's all on the, like the universal DVD. Before you have asked, I have answered. So anything I can imagine, any outcome I can imagine, is on that universal DVD on the big board of options. Before you have asked, I have answered. It's already done. It's already on there. It's already programmed into the game. If I can imagine it, if I can conceptualize it, if I can think it, that means it's on the DVD of the almighty, the higher power, the ATI DVD. So I love to remember that, to help myself believe that I can have the things that I choose, and that we can do this, and that it is working out. How do I know? Everything we ever would like is already on the DVD. It's already in the game. Okay, thanks for letting me remind myself of that, Cinna.
Absolutely. So if I spend my time figuring out what's best for me, my choices will be cautious. My decisions will take forever. And my journey will be launched on a sea of expectations. If I am not careful, I will drown in my expectations. The soul speaks to me in feeling. Listen to your feelings. Listen to my feelings. Follow my feelings. Honor my feelings. Okay. Here it is again.
Right?
Feelings.
Yes.
That these feelings, we did several shows on feelings and trying to figure out what emotions and feelings are. And it helps to be reminded here once again to go ahead and follow my feelings, honor my feelings. That's the language of the soul. Those feelings are my soul speaking to me. The heat-seeking missile. It's the mathematical equation.
Yeah.
So I have labeled growth trouble and standing still safe.
Yeah.
My feelings will never get me into trouble because my feelings are my truth. If I want to live a life where I never follow my feelings, but where every feeling is filtered through the machinery of the mind, divinity says, go right ahead. Have at it. Make my decisions based on my mind's analysis of the situation, but don't look for joy in such machinations, nor for celebration of who I truly am. Remember this, true celebration is mindless.
Woo!
God said to remember that. True celebration is mindless. So if I listen to my soul, I will know what is best for me.
Okay.
Because what is best for me is what is true for me. I hope I remember that.
Right?
Because I find myself in that situation multiple times. Like, okay, what should I do here? What should I do here? What should I do here? Well, what's best? What's for the betterment of all? Yeah. Well, really, go with what's the truth. That's my soul speaking to me. What's my feeling? Honor that. That's showing me the direction to go. So when I act out of what is true for me, I speed my way down the path. When I create an experience based on my now truth, rather than react to an experience based on a past truth, I produce a new me.
Woo! Yay!
Care to weigh in?
This is so great. This is so great. Okay, so understanding that if I love the wordage, the verbiage it uses, that if I filter every feeling through the machinery of the mind, go ahead, try it out. There's free will. Free Willy. Did anybody free Willy? Is he free? Does anybody know?
I've freed a few willies too.
That's good, Sina. That's good. So if I want to live a life where every feeling is filtered through the machinery of my mind, go right ahead and do that. But don't look for joy in such machinations. I love it. When do you hear that word? Such machinations. Right? It reminds me of the lemon squeezer, where the mind is like the lemon squeezer. You put that lemon in there, and then I squeeze the juice out of it. And now I'm left with the rind. And that's what the mind does. And it has this process. And what I'm learning is to be aware of myself and not let the mind do its process, because says it's so great. Your choices will take forever. Your journey will be launched on a sea of expectations. And if you're not careful, you're going to drown.
Yeah.
And I really relate to that, where I go through life and I have a lot of decisions to make. And this is a really great thing to go by here is don't let the mind munch on it, because it's making all of its decisions based on who I was. And I like this part in here that's like it says the soul understands what the mind cannot conceive. Okay, so which one am I going to want to go with here? Like if I have an option, the mind can't even conceive of an idea that the soul understands. The mind can't even conceive of it, can't even think of it. And the soul's over here understanding it. And my favorite, the coaches said that is a database size comparison. I love that. That's a database size comparison. The mind's database can't conceive of the soul's database understands. And that I have a choice is what it's coming to. And I'm understanding that's what I came for. Came into the physical realm, came all this way into this physical body, hauling this body around, which needs continual maintenance. There has to be a good reason that I'm here. And this makes sense. Came in to choose to get out of the mind, to get out of the what if that, going for what's best for me. How do I even know what's best for me? What am I doing there? Get out of the mind.
Yes.
Get back to the soul. So one of the techniques I like to use for this is to search the ATI database. Another picture I drew today, like a little search box, right? And use it. I'm reminding self, do this, Mary. This has really worked for me. Whether I write it and I actually write the search box, or I imagine in my mind a search box. I'm in decision time. What am I going to do? Well, I can either let the mind and analyze the situation, and it only has this much information. It only has what I know in my life, or I can go with what the soul would think. The soul understands concepts the mind can't even conceive of. And how do I access the soul? Well, I have to manually, consciously access it. That's free will. It's not gonna impinge on me. I have to say, okay, soul, what do you got on this? And I could just do that. That would be a way. Calling on angels is a way. I really love this way, and I'm deciding to get back to it, is run the ATI database. I love Google. I'm a freaking Googler. Like, what do I do? Oh, what does this mean? Let me Google. Well, I'm getting it. Like, well, okay, Google, fine. But search ATI database first. What the frick? Because Google, and if Google's a big database, and I think it just knows everything. Google's my God. And I choose not to be that anymore. I choose to have ATI. All that is, we have access. So when I slow myself down, I imagine the search box and I put my words in there just like I would on Google, which I love so much, and press the search button. But then, of course, the answer's not probably going to be instantaneous. It's going to take time. And the time, just like with Google, my signal matters, right? The words I put in the box matter. If I need a different results, I just change up my words in the box. And how is my signal strength? So if I have strong signal to all that is, then I'm going to get my answers faster, is what I have on it so far. So it's such a big topic. And I love that it all ends up with what? Something I really choose, Cinnamon, new you.
Yes.
I choose new me. I choose new. I've been choosing new. Like, just choose a new me. I have a vision. I have an idea. I can see how I could be. I can see the potential. I can see how life could be. I can imagine it a good bit of the time. Well, here's the instructions on how to have it. Don't do the mind's routine. And when I do, be okay with it. Don't do the mind's routine on catching myself. Do the mind's routine. Get right out of it. Get myself over back to the ATI database, follow my feelings. Cinnamon, thanks for listening so patiently to my dissertation. You have more?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought we were done. Okay, bring it, baby.
Up to why does it take so much time to create? I choose.
Great topic.
Yeah.
I'm in, baby, I'm in.
Because I have not been living my truth.
Makes sense.
That's kind of funny, but it's true. It's true. I haven't been living my truth. And like you're saying, I have this vision. You have this vision of who you are and how you choose to be. And I haven't been putting that act on. I haven't been living that. I need to know my truth, and the truth shall set me free. And once I come to know my truth, don't keep changing my mind about it. There it is again. This is my mind trying to figure out what's best. Stop it. Get out of the mind, get back to the senses. That is what I meant by getting back to your senses.
Okay.
It's returning to how I feel, not how I think. This is you just said this. This is a great summary. My thoughts are just that, thoughts, mental constructions, made up creations of the mind. But my feelings, oh, the feelings, there it is again. Now they are real. Feelings are the language of the soul. And my soul is my truth. There. Does that tie it all up for you?
Yeah. That's very appropriate. And very
you look like Cleopatra, Mare. You're very solar charged, a beautiful color of skin with the brightness of that green and like the style of it. You look very Egyptian goddess. Yeah, Cleopatra. And then with the sparkle in the background, it just sets it off, gold.
It's nice of you.
The high priestess, your highness.
All right. Thou art seeing ein reflection. What language was that? Half German, a little bit German. Ein. I don't even know. Is that a what?
Maybe it was Egyptian. Are you talking to Thor?
It was. Maybe it was like a pre-ancient.
Or Thoth.
Thoth.
Come on.
Like Egyptian, like the Egyptians are like, is that all you got on us?
I know.
Like, come on, people.
We built the strongest structure, the
Yeah.
largest and strongest structure on the planet, and that's what you guys
are. Our walk. The freak. Right. The triangle, baby. When I was writing this today about living your truth, when it says, why does it take so long? Because you've not been living your truth. And I thought about it differently today. Like, what is my truth? And I was realizing that whenever I'm judging, I'm not living my truth. Whenever I'm guilting myself, I'm not living my truth. If I'm anxious, I'm not living my truth. Any of the negative emotions, those are not my truth. If I'm believing in separation, I'm not living my truth. So it seems like a high order because it is the highest, but it is my truth. So ultimately, shouldn't it be easier? I guess it could be easier once I practice that love is the answer. Acceptance is the answer. Blessing is the answer. Joy is the answer. So I'm thankful for the show, Cinnamon, because it helps me stay in my answer, stay in my truth, and speed our way down the path to create this new you, baby.
Yes. And I'm seeing for me, I'm all over myself. I judge myself. Oh, am I a harsh critic on myself? And self-love, like I'm like, oh, love one another, love everything. It doesn't have to be romantic love but just give the essence of love, because I love all these creatures and these beings and things that I share the planet with. But then when I turn to myself and be like, oh, Cinnamon, I love you.
Right.
So it helps to remember. And I appreciate you, Mary. I bless our relationship. And it helps to remember. It helps to be teamed up with somebody that helps you be held accountable for something and show up and remember. And the truth shall set you free.
Yay.
And it's all for us. How do I know? Because it happened. Why did it happen? Something for us.
Woo! Yay. Great to be here on this most epic edition. Thank you, people. Thank you, friends of the YouTube, for tuning in. We appreciate the co-creation, us coming together here, drawing this epic information that's literally life-changing. And I see it changing. I see it working. I see myself upgrading, getting in the game more, handling life just a little bit better. And I believe that's really going to add up here as I apply these these teachings. So thank you for tuning in. CoachAMillerLight for Cinnamon.
Remember, love is the answer. Stay tuned.